Thank you for choosing Isometric Consulting Group for your internal audit and self-assessment needs. At Isometric Consulting, our mission is to support global trade, drive inclusive and equitable economic growth, advance innovation, and promote health and safety to achieve a sustainable future by helping firms to implement management systems that adhere to international standards and relevant regulatory requirements, and, as such, we're constantly developing innovative tools to make implementation and auditing of management systems both as effective and efficient as possible. To use this internal audit and self-assessment tool, please fill out all of the required and relevant information in the first section to help us understand you and your firm better. You will have received this assessment with the scope and criteria for the assessment pre-filled, but providing as much additional information as possible will help us to better understand you and your organization. Next, move through each section of the assessment answering all required questions. They will be denoted with a red asterisk. As you make your determination as to whether or not the criteria in each question has been met, please provide details as to how your organization meets the listed requirements in the long-form text fields below the question and include any documentation as evidence in the attachments section, as required. Provide as much detail as you can to help us better evaluate the evidence submitted. There will be additional fields underneath each question that are labeled as fields that need to be completed by the assessor. Please leave these fields blank. These will be filled out by your assessor from Isometric Consulting as they review and verify the evidence submitted. In order to send your completed assessment to your Isometric assessor for their evaluation, please submit the completed form. Then, when you receive a URL to edit the submission, forward this URL back to your assessor for them to complete their portion of the assessment. Your assessor from Isometric will verify the evidence in a number of ways. Primarily, the assessor will start with a desktop audit, where they will review how you've answered each question, the details that you've included in the long-form text fields, and all attachments submitted as evidence, considering all supplied information in preparation for an interview with the auditee. During the interview phase of the assessment, the assessor will come prepared with items that need verification based on their consideration of the supplied responses and evidence. Through this process, the assessor will effectively and remotely capture objective evidence to make a determination as to whether or not your firm complies with the criteria listed in the assessment. The assessor will make a compliance determination for each question in the assessment and make comments, especially for items that are found to be not compliant or for where the assessor has identified opportunities for improvement. All of this data will be collected and compiled in an easy-to-understand audit report and submitted back to you for your consideration. We are always happy to have a follow-up meeting with our clients to review the results and make recommendations for corrective actions where nonconformities were found or opportunities for improvement identified, but, ultimately, the decision to take action based on the results of the assessment will rest with you and your firm. Again, thank you for choosing Isometric Consulting. I hope that you enjoy working through this assessment.